Hello, Sagittarians. Welcome to Birdsong Musings Tarot, and welcome to your mid-May tarot check-in with me, Coco. Thank you for being here. As always, this is a general reading. It is not a one-to-one private reading. And if you are interested in a private reading, you can go down to the description box below and click the link to my website where you can book a reading with me if you are interested. Also, because this is a general reading, it may not resonate for everybody, and if it does not resonate for you, I do highly recommend you consider checking out your readings for your moon and rising zodiac signs if you know them. If you don't know your moon and rising, you can go just Google birth chart astrology on Google, and it should come up as a free option for you to calculate your birth chart and see what your moon and risings are. So let's go ahead and get into it. We'll look at some general things happening in mid and late May. We'll also take a look at your love and relationships, as well as your money and finances more specifically. Also, if you are a returning viewer, you might notice that we are in a new space, and that is because I moved. And I also did not upload general April readings because I was in the midst of moving, and I also was going through a really bad case of COVID. So my apologies if you were anticipating that. I will have a better sense of normalcy moving forward with my readings. Okay. Interesting. Now you've got 3 cards, making a choice on the bottom. The first card you've got is wide open. This is somebody who is open to receiving new possibilities. It does feel like you're moving forward without a person or belief system or job or something from the past that you might have felt like it held you down. You might have felt like it didn't help you be the best version of yourself, because right now you're showing up really yearning to go off on your own. You've got the One Ring Circus as well. That tells me that you are striking out on your own. Independence is key here right now in your path. It's important that you depend on what you believe is the best for you and not what others believe is the best for you. And it does feel like Sagittarians are very good at that. You've also got the coming apart card. So that does tell me that there is some kind of separation happening for you in May. It may be that you're separating from a person, a job, something physical and tangible. This can also relate to the separating of a belief system. For example, maybe you always thought that you were going to settle down in a certain place, or maybe you thought that you would always be attached to one type of religion or one religious mindset. This can resemble that you are actually breaking off from that. You are really evolving and trying new things and becoming different. And this coming apart does often signal that there is a new path emerging for you. It does feel good. I think you're taking it in stride because you've got this wide open card. There are new things on the horizon for you, so you're really just opening up your heart and saying, okay, I'm ready. Let's get this thing going. And if that's not happening for you, then it does feel like in May you are placing that thought, that manifestation almost out into the world, saying, okay, I'm ready for something new. I'm ready for something that's going to bring me fulfillment and enjoyment, something that will highlight my abilities, my talents, and that I can do on my own. Oh, God. Cards got stuck in my sleeve. Okay. Let's take a look at how you're encouraged to show up right now in May 2025. Four of Pentacles. Protecting your peace. Your guides want you to, first and foremost, if you are feeling the fluctuations of the economy right now, if you are feeling a little bit worried about finances, your guides are saying you're okay. Just protect your resources, save your money if you can a little bit. Don't be spending on frivolous things right now. So that's one message here. The Four of Pentacles tells me that you are really settling into what you have built for yourself. Your guides want you to focus on what's in front of you at the moment. So what that means is if you are currently in a job where you're not happy, but it makes you good money, pays the bills, you're being asked to focus on that right now. It doesn't mean not to look for other jobs. It doesn't mean not to, place your, prayers and manifestations out to the universe. It just means to not lose sight of what's right in front of you. I'm going to take a look at the challenge because I feel like there's some broader context that needs to be here. The Justice card. You're trying to keep things balanced. You're trying to keep a steady pace when it comes to your finances, your wealth, your material resources, your home, maybe your health. If you are having health struggles, you're trying to find a balanced approach to handling them. So you've got the Womb, which is a special card in this deck. And you've also got the Page of Wands. So you're trying to usher in a new time of your life. You are feeling adventurous. The pages often let me know that there is a problem that somebody is trying to solve. So it feels like the problem here that you're trying to solve is that you are feeling bored. You're feeling a bit stuck, perhaps. You're not feeling like there is so much fulfillment, that there's so much passion in life. So you are really trying to strike out on a new path, or just maybe even try a new hobby, move to a new place where you feel like that kind of jolt, that excitement, that sense of joy and life energy, where you can experience that there. Now, the Womb also, it's the doubling here of numbers because Justice is 11 and the Womb is 22. You are trying to do your best to be strategic and logical and rational here about this new path forward, or striking out on this new adventure, new project, whatever this may be. This may even be plans that you have very, very far in the future. Sorry, I think you might be able to hear those motorcycles passing by right now. I'm going to let them pass by. And I say all of this to say that it might feel quite foreign to you to be such a planner. I think Sagittarians are very good at trusting their gut and their impulses and saying, you know what, I'm going to commit to this. I'm just going to do it. And here, the situation's a little different. What's needed is strategy. What's needed is long-term planning and thinking. And that might not come natural to you. So it can be a bit of a challenge right now in May. All right, how can you solve this, Sagittarians? How can they solve these challenges in May? Thank you. Six of Cups. Lean on the people around you who might have some advice and some good knowledge. Also, if you are planning on moving or doing something new, try to think about what brings you childlike joy and what makes you feel comfortable. You really have to do that right now, because thinking about the kind of people, the kind of community you want to make, going to a new place, the environment, city, country, and literal environment like weather. That's just being hinted to me right now. It's like that's a very important thing to think about when you're striking out on something new, even like if it's just a new hobby. Think about, have I gone to a class? Is the instructor friendly? Are they willing to help me out? Should I look at a new place to go take a new class and try something new? You really have to think about that right now. But also lean on your support system for help, always. 10 of Wands and the Devil here. You're almost at the end of solving this. There is some feelings of burnout. The Devil here does signify that your shadow is present. And by shadow, I mean your shadow self. The sides of us, I mean, we all have shadow selves, and those things are the sides of us that are not our best characteristics. So, for example, for me, like a shadow part of myself is that I avoid conflict. I'm a people pleaser, that kind of thing. And so you're chained to something, some kind of behavioral thing. It does feel behavioral. It might feel material. It might be, materialistic. It might be a relationship. It might be a way of thinking. And this thing is not good for you. It might be addiction, obsession with something or someone. And you're being asked to really take a look at that. Now, in the context of what we're talking about, it could be that maybe you are, again, struggling with your impulses. With this Justice card and the whole long-term planning, you do want to be aware of whether it's a coping mechanism. Okay, I don't want to solve this issue, so I'm just going to jump away from it, and I'm just going to do what I want without the planning so that I don't have to face the issues. But that doesn't set you up for success. You kind of have to think about that as well in the context of the reading. So there is some goal on the horizon. It does feel like you are slowly but surely getting there. You're building progress. If this is materials, like material wealth, again, you're almost there. It's a long journey. It's a long process. You do have a support system around you, but there is some digging internally that needs to happen, I think, before this can all come together. Please show me what their home environment looks like. Thank you. Ace of Swords. Okay, you might be feeling a little edgy, a little on edge at home right now. Maybe you're not feeling the most comfortable at home. King of Pentacles. But it showed up in the reverse, and I don't usually take reversals, but it landed reverse, so I'm going to take it as such. Yeah, that tells me that you're not feeling quite at home. The King of Pentacles is one of the most homey feeling cards. I would say the Queen is maybe the most homey. The King is somebody who doesn't really worry about finances, doesn't worry about materials, and has built a lovely home and career for themselves. You might be feeling like you're rethinking all of that. You're rethinking where you live, you're rethinking your career, you're not feeling totally comfortable where you are. But there's honesty. At least you're being honest with yourself, Sag, which is, you know what? A lot of us cannot say the same. A lot of us cannot be that honest with ourselves. And if that is not the case for you, then there's just a lot of good conversation happening in your home right now. If you live with somebody, you're experiencing really good conversation. Either that or like maybe the conversations are taking, oh wow, my guides are telling me political conversations are putting a strain on your relationships in your home. If you live with family or friends, or not even friends, like just people that you've met through being roommates, if there are any like political conversations happening, they might be like a lot of disagreements around that. Things might feel a little bit touchy-feely, a little bit walking on eggshells because of that. So, okay. Yeah, I mean, makes sense. In the United States, things are extremely precarious at the moment. May 2025. Outcome at the end. Thank you. All right, 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups on the bottom. Please show me what else is here besides the 5 of Pentacles. Thank you. That's the outcome. All right, 8 of Wands. One more, please. Thank you. Five of Wands. Now it seems like at the end of May, things are getting a little dicey, a little tough. You might be feeling financial pressure. And if you are experiencing this kind of troublesome stuff in the home that I was talking about, at the end of May, it might feel like things are ramping up a bit. There's some more conflict. Now it's not so much like icky conversations. It's more so outward conflict, outward fighting. And it's passionate fighting too. It's quite ramped up. It's quite intense. Yes, so do safeguard your resources in right now, because there might be like a surprise payment that you have to make at the end of May, or there might just be some feelings of, holy shit, okay, I have to pay rent. What else can I budget, around in order for me to pay rent? So do be aware of that. I'm going to see what the beginning, like first week of June 2025 looks like for you, because I want to see where this situation goes. I don't want to leave you like on that kind of note. So Knight of Pentacles. All right, that's a little bit better. I actually love the Knight of Pentacles. There's slow but steady progress. I think I said progress. Slow but steady. You're staying committed, dedicated, and my guides are letting me know resilient. You are resilient in this process of change that's happening right now in the world and also your own life. If you are a student, or like I said before at the beginning of this reading, you're striking out, you're trying to make a change in your life. It's going to be a slow and steady process. This Justice card did tell us it's long-term planning. And it seems like at the beginning of June, you're understanding that and you're making that progress. Things are getting easier, if that makes sense. It's not going to look very different on a daily basis. Like, it's not going to be instant gratification, but it's going to feel better. And I hope that makes sense. All right. Now let's see some words of advice from the Wisdom of Tao Oracle. Okay. You've got trust your destiny. This is also the soulmates card. But I do believe that it doesn't always have to do with soulmates as in a person. It means kind of coming together and realizing your own soul's purpose, your own destiny. It says your soulmate could be as close to you as being by your side, or as far as somewhere on a distant path. Trust in your ultimate destiny to find each other and encourage your heart to complete its quest. It is within your reach now. If you've been trying to find love, things may be coming together in order to facilitate that. It's going to happen eventually. That's what this card is saying. But outside of the scope of love, I do really genuinely believe that this card is amazing, because it tells you that your purpose is coming towards you. You are on the right path. Trust it. Trust that you believing in yourself. Trust that you going off on your own. Trust that it's all part of a grander purpose, because it is. All right. Now let's take a look at your love and relationships more specifically, as well as your finances. I mean, we did already take a look at your finances, but we could take another glance. Ooh, okay. The Fool. The Ten of Wands, again showing up. And the Knight of Swords. All right, so there is some feelings of, I'm done, I'm over it. There is some anger, frustration here, impatience perhaps, in either finding the right person for you or being with somebody who you might have believed was the right person for you, but you no longer believe is. The Fool tells me that you're looking for something new. You are looking for new love. You are wide open. This is great with this card too. You're wide open to the possibilities here. You're not really chaining yourself to any one person or one outcome when it comes to love and relationships. Now, this also can mean that you are currently single, the Fool. So 10 of Wands, there's some burnout here in the sense of, I'm tired of dating. I'm tired of attracting the same people. There can be some of those feelings, burdens, thinking about the past and thinking, ugh, I'm so over it. And the Knight of Swords here too. This is somebody who is not very nice, and you might have dealt with somebody like this in the past. Somebody with anger issues, maybe impatience issues, who would just like kind of get frustrated and take it out on other people. This could also just be how you're feeling in regards to love and relationships. You could be feeling like, I'm over it. They're frustrating. I don't want to deal with them. And you know what? I'm just going and striking out on my own. And I'm saying, fuck it. That's valid. That's valid. All right, let's see your finances. Finances for Sagittarius. 4 of Pentacles popped right out. And that is the first card we got in your reading as well. So let's get some more finances, please, for these Sagittarians. Thank you. Ace of Pentacles. Nice. Nice. I like to see that because we had the 5 of Pentacles at the end of May. So I like to see the ace signaling that there is some opportunity coming towards you. Queen of Swords, 5 of Swords. There's an opportunity heading your way financially. New job, new opening of a savings account, new home, new contract. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to sign a new contract. It doesn't mean that you're going to get the new job. But the opportunity is on its way. Or it's presented itself to you right now. 4 of Pentacles, again, like we said at the beginning of the reading, save and guard your resources. Be smart. Do your best to keep your budget tight and keep your budget, keep yourself on budget. Striking out on your own, it's going to take some strategic planning, like we said before, but especially when it comes to money. Especially when it comes to money. I see with this 5 of Swords, you might not be used to that. And we talked about that already. You're not used to being like, okay, I'm going to budget this for the airfare. I'm going to budget this for the hotel. I'm going to budget this for that and the third and the food and the clothes and this. And it feels like either that's what you're starting to do now in May, or that is what it's called for. It feels like you're figuring it out. Queen of Swords is here. You're very smart right now when it comes to money. You're not letting anything get by you. The Queen of Swords is very wise. She's been through a lot of trials and tribulations. And she's no bullshit, so you're keeping things together, but the 5 of Swords does indicate that there is a potential for self-sabotage here. There's a potential for, well, I've been doing so good with budgeting, let me just spend $200 on this dinner. Something like that. There might also be somebody in your life who maybe you loan money or they ask you for money. They don't really need it. I'm going to let you know right now because my guys are telling me that these people don't really need the money. They would like it and it would help them. But it's wise that you keep things to yourself right now. And it feels like you see through it. If this person asks you for money, you're kind of like, yeah, but I'm going through a hard time right now, so why would you ask me to loan you money? Okay, so yeah, you're no dummy. Don't worry. I know you're not. All right. Now we're going to grab one more card. This is a Woman of Myth Oracle card. I don't always use this deck. I actually don't use it in any of my YouTube readings, but I use it a lot in my personal readings and I just love it and I want to start using it more. The imagery can be a little bit intense for some people. I think it's fabulous personally. And it's all types of legends that involve women. So legends that are like Slavic legends, African legends, Central American, Native American. So it's really cool. All right, you've got Ishtar. I'm just going to take the card that flipped up on the top. She is the goddess of the force. Ishtar is the goddess of love, vengeance, and power. You might be feeling insulted, slighted, rejected, or not chosen. Managing your emotions by stuffing them down or not allowing yourself to feel them isn't a great solution. Are you playing nice or trying to be the bigger person here? Ishtar is reminding you that being nice is often a trap, one that requires you to set aside your own needs and preferences. Instead, prioritize yourself. You do not need to wait for permission or validation from others, especially those who don't understand you, to do what you want. The bearded goddess of war and sex in ancient Mesopotamia, Ishtar is one of the most known and worshipped deities in history. She bartered lives with the gods and goddesses of the underworld and influenced fertility and reproduction in the land of the living. Well, that's a really cool message for you. Ishtar is very much about stepping into your own power, doing what is right for you, no matter what other people think, no matter if people are saying this isn't right for you, you know what's right for you, and that's perfectly okay. All right, Sag, I hope you liked this reading. I hope it resonated with you and helped you. If it was, please consider liking the video or subscribing to my channel. I appreciate you all so much. I'll see you next time for the June general readings. I'm putting those out like end of May, beginning of June. So keep an eye out. And yeah, take very good care in the meantime and enjoy the rest of your May.